Hello, I'm Chef Sherry Ronning, and I am here bringing you another episode of uh, Griddle Cooking with Sherry with Griddle. I got to learn how to spit this out. So it's like it's a mouthful. So I am going to be bringing you Griddle Cooking with Chef Sherry Ronning. It's a new cooking series that I'm doing. I got to learn how to spit it out. I can't, it's a mouthful, but I will get there. And this is episode. This is I did the healthy griddle cooking series, and then now I'm doing my own cooking show, the Griddle Cooking with Chef Sherry Ronning. But this is 30 days in a row that I have been cooking griddle cooking for you guys. It just is flying by, and I can't believe that I've gone live 30 days in a row. And it's just incredible. I've made so many good recipes. I made recipes that I've never done before. Um, but so, it's super cool. So today I'm going to jump right in. This is going to be a quick recipe. It's the weekend. I have some stuff that I'm working on, but I am going to go back way deep in my memory. This was a sandwich that my mom used to make for us when we were growing up. And it's a scrambled egg sandwich. Super easy, super delicious. And I think it was maybe because there was like the ingredients were always in the house. So this is a recipe that she could whip up in a couple minutes for several hungry, crying kids that were ready, wanting something to eat. And so this is something that I remember way back when. I remember it years and years ago, and it's a recipe that I like, but I don't really make it that often because I just don't think about it. But I have made it a few times not too long ago, so we're going to whip this up really quick. Super simple ingredients. We have eggs. I'm going to use 2 scrambled eggs. Bread, you can use a bread of your choice. If you're trying to go healthier, instead of using bread, you can use lettuce leaves for your sandwich. I've done that, and it is really good. It's super healthy to try to keep you on a healthy streak. And I'm going to be using mayonnaise. And then well, if you guys know me, I like to use, when I'm making scrambled eggs, I like to use a little bit of heavy whipping cream. You can use milk, or you don't have to use anything at all in here. And then I just like to season my eggs. So we're going to get started. I'm using the electric Blackstone Griddle 17-inch. This can also be done on your, I have the outside 36-inch gas griddle or the 22-inch. So any of the outside gas griddles you can use. You can even do this in a saute pan on the stove. Super easy. And, but the griddle makes it super nice for doing, if you want just for a couple people, or if you want to do for a crowd. You can easily do this for a crowd, and it goes just like this, really super quick. So I'm going to get started. So Dan, the other day, Dan is a viewer of mine that has commented on several stuff, and we were talking. I can't believe, I'm not even sure what it was that I made, and this was like in the very beginning of the 30 days, but he had suggested using, instead of butter, use mayonnaise. So I'm going to do that today. Thank you, Dan, for this suggestion. I really appreciate it. And I'm just going to go on each side. We're going to do the outside. This is the inside. So I'm not going to do the inside here. We're just doing the outside of each one. I'm just doing a thin layer. You don't need a whole lot, but I want to make sure to get the bread part covered. So I'm going to set that down, and you can kind of hear sizzle. I don't know if you can hear sizzle. And I'm going to just add the mayonnaise on this side. And you can also use butter. You can use, anything, or if you don't want anything, you can just toast it or just leave it. I don't know if my mom, if she just used bread, maybe if she was in a hurry, she just used the bread without toasting it. But I remember the toasting, just adding a little bit extra flavor to it. And so as you can see with the griddle, I'm just just pushing it down just a little bit. I'm not smushing the bread, but I'm trying to get contact to the griddle with it. And by doing this too, like if you have maybe a little bit older bread, and you can use any type of bread. This is ciabatta bread, but I use any type of bread in this. And it will help soften up your bread. It's kind of smoking a little bit. It makes me, I'm not really used to doing the mayonnaise, so I just want to make sure that it's not burning. And it seems to be doing okay. So I'm just using 2 scrambled eggs. I like to season with salt and pepper. You can do the seasoned salt. You can do nothing. I just like that little extra flavor bit. And then I'm just adding a splash of my heavy cream. And just gonna whip it up real quick. Like that. So if you're coming in, if you're watching me on Facebook, if you want to leave a comment, just make sure to put your name along with your comment so that I know who I'm talking to. When my system that I have set up here, it will show me the YouTube comments, the person it's on there, but it won't show me the Facebook comment, the person that's talking. It just says Facebook user on there. Okay, so I have my scrambled eggs, and this might be a lot of scrambled eggs, but this is kind of a bigger sandwich. And you just want to make sure to watch it so that your sandwich doesn't burn, which it's doing pretty good. So cooking spray, I'm going to spray this. You can also use out there. I have tested this on this griddle and the outside griddle. They both work just fine. I know that's a lot of question. People will ask this question all the time in the Facebook groups, whether you can use cooking spray on the outside griddle. And yes, you can. It works perfectly fine. Usually if I use like whatever I would use inside here. If I'm using cooking spray inside with eggs and stuff, then I'm going to do it out on the griddle. That's kind of my rule of thumb. Not always, but usually that's what my rule of thumb is. So I'm going to put this down here, and I'm going to try to be careful not to get it on my bread because it's going to want to kind of go all over. It is a lot of egg. I probably maybe should have just did one, but I was thinking that we would need 2. And so with the scrambled egg, different ways you can just like scramble it all the time, or you can kind of just let it cook, get a layer of the cooked egg, and then scramble it. You can push it around like I'm doing here. Will give you like layers versus like probably what I'm going to end up doing here anyways is I'm going to just chop it up, and I'm going to flip it and go around with it. And because I've added the egg, or I've added the heavy cream in it, my eggs are going to be a little bit fluffier than the normal egg if you're just doing just eggs. I like fluffy eggs, so that's why I do the milk, either the milk or the heavy cream in it. And then I like my eggs just to be done. I'm going to check my sandwich here. Oh, look at that. And Dan, it turned out perfect with the crispiness there. Nice and crispy. This one was closer to the edge. You can kind of see where it's not as much, and then it's a little bit more. I think I'm going to call that good though. We're doing good here. These are actually probably pretty much done. I'm going to get my plate here, and I'm going to put my bread down and just take the scrambled egg. And I'm actually going to shut my griddle off because I'm just doing the one sandwich, and that's it as far as cooking. I don't want to get my scrambled egg, I don't want it overdone, so I'm not like letting it brown or anything. So I'm just going to pull it off. I can see there's no sliminess to it. That's one thing. I don't like slimy eggs. So I'm cooking it till just the sliminess part is gone. And then, but I'm not overcooking it. This brings back so many memories. So as far as my memories of this, I grew up on a 100-acre strawberry farm with my family. I had 3 brothers, older brothers, and I was the youngest. There was 4 of us. And so we were always doing something on the farm. We're one of those kids where basically you just go all day long and come back for meals or whatever. And so this was one thing that I can remember on the strawberry farm, is that we would be doing something and we'd come in and we're like, Mom, we're hungry. We want something to eat right now. We're really hungry. And so she would whip this up for us and we'd eat it, and then we'd be on our way. We'd be going to the next activity, doing whatever we did on the farm. And it was, but I always remember the sandwich, and we must maybe had it quite a bit, but it's just so simple ingredients, just eggs, bread, mayonnaise, and that's it. And I think it was just because we always had these ingredients in the house that it was something to go to that she could whip up in, less than 10 minutes. I had it whipped up, and it was a meal for us. I like to add just a squirt of mayo across here. You can do cheese. You can add, like say you want bacon in this. You can do, like a, look at that. Look how yummy, delicious that looks. Nice and crispy bread there. Perfect. In 10 minutes, a nice fluffy egg sandwich that, you could actually do layers of lettuce in there if you want lettuce. If you want, it seems like maybe, I don't know if my mom had like tomatoes, especially like in the summertime when they were fresh out of the garden. I want to say that she would put tomatoes in it. I just liked it real simple. I'm like a simple, don't add a lot of stuff to it, just simple, perfect sandwich. So I hope you guys like this recipe. It's super quick and super tasty. And I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you make this for your family. So we will see you again. I am hoping to be on tomorrow, but if you guys have a great weekend, so we will see you later. Bye.